According to a quick Google search, fraud is a person or thing intended to deceive others, typically by unjustifiably claiming or being credited with accomplishments and or qualities. So today, we'll be taking a look at some fraudulent animals. Imagine you're a male cicada, never been with a female, in the tribe Cicadeteni, just sitting on a branch when you let out a call to see if there are any females in the area. Clicking away and the return click from a female comes back to you. You click again and the reply returns. So you get closer until you see movement in the leaves. You get close and a large figure with spiny legs jumps out grabbing you. You know it's over. A predatory cat-eared Corybalius leucoviridis has you now. This is some horror movie stuff. Imagine meeting a girl on Tinder and going there and it's a human a hunter or something. So these predatory cat-ears are masters of catfishing. What are cat-ears? Cat-eared is a word used to describe a family of insects related to crickets, which is made up of over 6,000 species. They're found on every continent except Antarctica, so are abundant in numbers. Most of them feed on plants, but some are actually predatory, feeding on other insects. There is the subfamily Saginae of predatory cat-ears, which are larger than their non-carnivorous counterparts. The one who talked about clearly knows how to lure the cicadas, like real-life scammers or organ harvesters or something. That's some high-level fraud. Moths are probably much more interesting than butterflies. They did appear first evolutionarily. Anyway, they're all in the same order though. What does that mean? Well, they're not in the same family but one step above. Which is to say, just take that before I go on a tangent. I could make an entire video on moth mimicry, but I don't want to drone on, so I'll simplify. I'll talk about Death's Head Hawk Moth, which, along with having the name of a rock band, raids beehives. You're probably now thinking, won't they be stung to death? Well, no. They mimic the scent of bees, which allows them to sneak in for their sweet, sweet honey. James Bond who? These are the master spies, the ultimate spies. Keeping us in the moth part of the world, next up is the Sphinx moth caterpillar, a caterpillar that mimics a snake. Faced with the predator, they dangle from a tree, inflate their heads, and this makes their heads diamond-shaped, which looks like a snake along with their color and physiology. It can fake lunge at the predator, which is a tactic that, surprisingly, actually works. So, the whole survival tactic is using the street cred of snakes, like people who claim they can fight, but the only forbidden technique they know is eating vegetables. Now imagine you're a bird flying in the sky. With your good vision, you spot a spider on the ground, fly down there and go in for the bite. When at the side of your eye you see something moving at an alarming rate, before you can respond, it's too late. You feel the fangs puncture your body. It's over. You've fallen prey to the spider-tailed horn viper, an ambush predator as you can imagine. Its tail resembles a spider and it uses it to lure prey, mostly birds, taking clickbait to another level. This is 4D chess. You thought you found food, but it turns out you are the food, the biggest Uno reverse in history. Hoverfly is a word used for a multitude of species. That is a recurring theme. I will generalize here, but basically, many hoverflies mimic wasps, which makes them appear dangerous like a wasp. So, predators think they're wasps. So they use the wasp's credentials to get the job. That's identity theft. The wasp should have never given them the information, claiming to be stronger than they actually are. That's crazy. We all probably know that dart frogs are poisonous. Brightly colored frogs in general are thought to be poisonous or maybe poisonous, and obviously that makes predators avoid them, which is where the mimics come in. Frogs that are not poisonous but have bright colors avoid predators because the predators think that they're poisonous. They basically use their cousins' reputations to help them survive. Now this right here is really bad. Imagine a creature that looks like a human walks into a hospital, nothing strange. They go to the NICU and snatch some babies or eat them without anyone knowing, while also going on hunts at night to kill people and eat them, pretending to be human. This is basically what ant mimicking spiders do. Yeah, they pretend to be ants so they can eat them. You may now be thinking, no, it's not possible. Don't they have 8 legs? Well, they do, but they use them as antennae. That is, they use their front 2 legs as antennae, waving them in front of their heads. Fraud their way into colonies so that they can get their prey. Like lizard people, they can't fool me. Sometimes though, these spiders do this to avoid getting eaten by other spiders, but they're kind of like shapeshifters, which is pretty cool. Anyway, sub and stay off the hub.